back to another Java short tutorial. In my previous tutorial I discussed the if-else statement, and in this tutorial I would like to continue building on that and explain the else-if statement. To explain why we need the else-if statement is best illustrated by a little example. In my previous code I had a if statement if age is larger than 40 or age is smaller than 5 to print out a certain thing. This example doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What would actually make more sense is if I were to do something like if age is smaller than 5 and say you are old, instead of when it's smaller than 5 say you are a baby. So typically what will happen, if the age is smaller than 5 it will print this, if it's bigger than 40 it will print that, and if none of these two apply it will print you are young. Even though this code will execute perfectly fine, as a matter of fact if I say 4 it will say you are a baby, you are young. So actually that already shows it doesn't execute fine, it already shows the problem. So what actually happens I can best show with a breakpoint. So breakpoint is I'm going to step through step by step, so let's run this thing in debug mode for a moment. So first it will try and see if age is smaller than 5, which is the case. So it will say you are a baby. Then it will continue on to the next if statement, which will fail. Therefore it will jump to the else statement and print you are young. So in this case this is actually incorrect behavior. So this is actually where a else if statement can come to the rescue. So what we are going to do, instead of saying if, and then else, I'm going to say else if. So if, else if, else. What will happen? First the program will try the if statement. If the if statement fails, it will carry on to the else statement. If that one fails, sorry, the else if statement. If the else if statement fails, it will move on to the else statement. So it will basically drop through just nicely. If either the if or the else if passes, it will just print the respective code. So let's again try that with a breakpoint and run in debug mode. Okay, so there we are, age is 4. So if age is 5, it's gonna jump in there, so and print you are a baby. Then if I continue, it will straight away jump out of the if else construction and continue on in the bottom and print done. So there we go. Okay, now let's change the value to let's say 42 and run in debug mode again. Okay, so age is 42 now, so if age is 5 will fail. Then it will try else if age is 40, which passes, so it will print you are old. Then if I go to the next line, it will straight away jump out of the if else construction and again do the done. Okay, and lastly, just to test all the branches, but I'm not gonna run this one in debug mode. I'm gonna change the value to 25. So now let's run it normally, and as expected it shows you are young. So basically I can expand on this with many more criteria. For example, I can add one more. Else if age is larger than 80, I can say, another system out of print line, you are very old. So there we go, and again as per normal it will first test this, then test the else if, then if that one fails it will test another else if. If all fails it will do the else construction. So there you have it, the else if, which can supplement the if and the else statement. See you next time.